Do I look any different? Losing a bunch of weight. My weight loss journey sucks. Actually, it's not bad. I just love food, and I can't eat food, and I don't like that because I like food. Food is yummy. Not being able to eat food sucks. The easiest way to lose weight is not eat. It's not fun. You eat just barely enough to get by. I will say though, when they were dragging me to the OR, that was pretty funny. They had me in the chair. Phlebotomist sucked really bad. Had to poke me in 5 different places before they can actually get my hand where the blood was, or the vessel, or whatever, vein. Yeah, that, they got me in there. The anesthesiologist came in and he's like, "Hi, I will be your anesthesiologist today." I was like, "Oh, thank you. Thank you very much, sir. Appreciate you." And then they were rolling me down to the OR. And I remember getting in the elevator. And I remember going in the OR. And then the anesthesiologist was like, "Okay, we're going to give you some Valium now." And then I was like, "Okay." Because I was so scared. It's my first surgery ever. And he gave me that Valium, and immediately I felt it, and there was no counting down, no nothing. I just knocked out. I was just like, and then the next thing, they were waking me up. They were like, "Hey, are you alive?" But after that, when I woke up, they were just trying to rush me out. I had no concept of time at that moment because I just felt so nauseous from the anesthesia. Yes, anesthesia. So I felt very nauseous from that. And they kept trying to like force me to go to the restroom. And I remember them picking me up and then dragging me. Now this is fresh from my body lift, man. They had cut me in the entire circumference of my body. And so it was a very big wound. And they picked me up and they put me on the toilet. And I remember I was so nauseous, I was heaving. And I didn't eat anything because I wasn't eating anything before the surgery. And yeah, they were like, "Okay, go pee." And I'm like, "I can pee just fine, but the movement is terrible. Like, can you stop moving me? I just need a moment. Give me a moment, please." And so, yeah, I was heaving, and that was the worst pain because they sewed my my muscle wall inside. And when I was heaving, it was pushing on that muscle wall, and it was fresh, and it was the worst pain. It made me heave even more, and I was just like, "Oh God, why this is so painful?" It was terrible. And then I kept remembering, they sat me down so I can chill for a second. And when I sat down, I was just kept remembering, it was very foggy, and I kept remembering hearing in the background because I was in I guess where they put the patients to come out of it. And I remember this dude got some kind of a nose job or rhinoplasty. And I just remember the nurses saying, "Sir, don't touch your nose. Sir, don't touch your nose." Like every few minutes, they kept yelling at this guy to not touch his nose. And I was just like, why would you get surgery? And you know you're going to get surgery. And you wake up and you keep touching your nose. Like it wasn't, I was very coherent after I came out. So I wasn't wonky or loopy or saying anything weird. In fact, I was very like, "Hey, I'm really nauseous. And if I have to go home like this, we're going to have a problem because this is not wearing off and you're trying to push me out. And there's no way I'll be put in a moving vehicle to do that. That's not happening. So you need to give me some medicine. You need to call the doctor to give me some medicine. You need to do some." Karen came out, like full on Karen came out. So again, completely coherent in that sense. They rushed me out at like 5 something. And then they put me in the truck. And Chris and I went into a shady spot in the parking lot because there was no way I was driving or even passengering at that stage. Like, I was really, really nauseous. They did give me some medicine injection for nausea, and then we just sat there for like 2 hours because there was no movement going to happen at that time. So we sat in the truck, and then he got some food, and then I don't know if he had his switch. I don't think so, but I just remember it was the worst. And then driving home was the worst, and it was about an hour away from my house. And so we kept going slow, and we waited until traffic died. And when the traffic died a little bit, we were starting the journey home. Now, this is like a 45 minute to an hour drive. It took like 2 hours for us to get home. We were driving pretty slowly, and then when we got on the freeway, it was even worse because the bumps on the freeway were terrible. I was just like, oh God, this is terrible, no. But I knew it was temporary. Pain is temporary. And this kind of pain lasts longer. So, yes, we got home, and it was like, I don't think I've ever been that fragile in my entire life. Fragile and vulnerable and just paper thin. Emotionally, physically, the whole shebang. Absolutely don't regret it. Very happy that I got it done. I have a flat stomach now, so still in recovery. It's been about a month or so. A little over that. I got it in July 27th was when my surgery was. And now it's almost my birthday. Let me see here. It's October 19th today. So, yeah. That's awesome. That happened. We'll definitely have a new appreciation for just getting up and getting down. That was a entire process in and of itself. Could not get up and sit down or do anything out of bed. The biggest thing that again, I'm super prepared, and so I had like everything beforehand. I think the only thing I didn't have beforehand was the coughing spray or from being intubated, because when I woke up, that's all I wanted to do, and that was absolutely the worst. It was horrendous. Anything that involved my muscle wall sucked bad. I had to try to figure out a way to not cough when there was so much phlegm and so much mucus, and I couldn't even go like like that in and of itself. Couldn't do that because that takes muscles. That was difficult. Tried to put pillows to hold my stomach, and then try to go like tried to do breathing things. I looked up online. Then finally we ended up getting this numbing spray to numb my throat so I don't cough. So that happened. And then I slept like a taco for weeks on end. Thank God I have an adjustable bed. But again, I was way over prepared. And the one thing that I was so happy and thankful for, and every time I got up to use, because I used the restroom, every time I got up to use, I got one of those little Go Girl camping pee standing up things. That was the best. Every time I used it, I was like, oh my God, I'm so happy I have this. Because there was no sitting down at all. Like I had everything. I got like my new sheets. I got like the little things to bleed, to cover the sheets. I have my walker. I got my sexy walker. And then I had like a toilet sitting down stand, like a thing for old people where it's not as down, so I don't have to bend. And then I got a little chair for my bathroom. Bathing area. Bathtub. Shower chair. Sure, why not? Yeah. And now after about a couple months here, I'm fitting into clothes that I haven't been able to fit into in a long time. So that's progress. So definitely lost. Let me see here. Where's my calculator? Hurrah. Can I have a calculator? £31 is what I lost so far. And I believe it was like 15 or so pounds. The surgery only took off something like that. Sorry, I'm doing calculator math. 14. The surgery only took off 14 pounds, but I have been doing additional stuff to take off more weight. Maintaining is not the problem. The problem is losing the weight. That's hard. And because it's been so hot, I was not able to walk around as much during my recovery, which prolonged the recovery. And no, I was very thankful for all the support in my life. My cousin ended up flying down here from California, taking care of me and helping me. My dad definitely was here. My stepmom making me food, like everything. I had a lot of support. And during the time, like my fridge, within 10 days of my surgery, my refrigerator compressor decided to poop out. So we lost the refrigerator. And I was like, really, I can't really go out and appliance shop right now. I can't even move. I only took 3 days off of work. I took a Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday I had off, and then Monday. So that's 5 days to recover, and then I got back on the wagon. So definitely a warrior in that aspect. Let me see. There's nothing else on that side to report, but yeah, that happened. So good job, self. Recovering good. It was kind of like I was pregnant and had a C-section all at the same time, because I have friends who were pregnant during the time that I had that, and what I was describing to them, swollen stomach-wise, because my stomach was really swollen for obvious reasons. But yeah, everything that I was describing to my friend, she's like, yeah, that's exactly like being pregnant, except you don't feel like there's a baby about to fall down your hoo-ha. So I was like, well, that's good. I'm thankful for that. Other than that, let's see. Same thing as after a C-section. I had a couple friends who have told me that, yeah, that's exactly how you feel after that. So I've experienced a few things without the consequences of childbirth. So that's great. And that's all that I got for you right now. So there's my update there. You got my gray hairs on my grace. Look at my grace. Look at my grace. They're awesome. I need to get my hair washed again. Anyhow. Yes, that is my update, and I may update or may not update later on, but that's a good refresher for you guys. You're welcome. Have a nice one. Okay, bye.